everyone, this is Erin, and welcome to the conclusion of my first Use It Up challenge. This kit was called Something Blue, and I was able to make 3 layouts, 1 Project Life layout, 3 cards, and a handful of pre-made embellishments. So let's check them out. This is the first layout. It's of my husband, it's him right there, and his brother. It's all the way back in 2004 I found this photo. I really like the layering style in general, and I like having like really long strips like this, so I was able to use the paper that I thought would be a background just for layers like that, so it worked out instead of just having a craft background, because they had those cuts out of them, if you saw the last video. I got to use some potty people on there, and I even used some stamping, which, you know, I usually don't bother with titles, but I thought that was simple enough that it would look nice. I tried to do some splattering, but my my Dilutions ink did not want to splatter correctly. I think this is the only one here that it looks, you know, nice, but the rest of it I had to do with a paintbrush because it wouldn't go on correctly, and it made the paper kind of wobbly, but whatever. You know. And then second, I did a pocket page layout. I hope it's not glaring too much for you. Let's see if I can do like that. Yeah, because I don't want to take them all out of the pockets. But this is for week 4, and I'm making my own cards this year, so I actually got kind of behind because I like to store them up and be like, yeah, I get to work on Project Life for a while. So, oh, sorry. Yeah, this is hard. I don't know how people do this. So yeah, you can see more. I'm trying to use my punches a lot now, and especially with these Project Life things, I've been using this this like doily punch here a lot, and I've decided to use this stamp that I got from Gossamer Blue last year. I absolutely love it, so I'm going to use it for the whole year. So every single week we'll have that, and it'll be like a sort of consistent thing. I did add one little sticker from, I think that's the Snapline from Simple Stories, and then enamel dots. Like I always use enamel dots. You know, I made cards out of the craft, and then like this one ended up backed with paper because the picture was too small. Okay. And then here's the second layout that I did. What I did was I went through all the photos that I had already printed. I don't have a lot. I thought I had more, but it turns out that all of them are for Disneyland, or Disney World rather, and those are like a huge project with, it's supposed to be with a different paper line, so I'm not going to be using those for this. But I had these pictures of my cat and I, you know, see it's all the way from the 2012. She's not really very affectionate anymore, so when she came over to lay down beside me, I had Mike take a picture of it because it was surprising that she's like, hey, play with me. So I got to use some of the cat wood veneers, and then I punched out some of the, I was starting to get down to like little scraps now, so I punched out some of the scraps into squares, and then I made little arrows, and this I traced my coaster so that I could use that. But I thought the doily went really well with all the blue in the photo, so use that for that. And then here is another pet one. Since we don't have kids, we are gonna, you know, I just do a lot of pet photos. So this is back when my service dog Sirius was a little tiny baby who was taken in May, and he was born in March, so he's only a couple months old. And I really like these colors with boy layouts especially, so it's, you know, him and my husband, and it's talking about how I have a really hard time with puppies because, you know, they're undisciplined and teaching them is hard, and this is why I don't have human children. But, you know, they drive you crazy and you just want to, you know, but then they go and they pick up a toy and they sit beside you and they be all adorable and you fall in love with them all over again, you know? So that's what this layout is about. And I really love this paper, and I was starting to get down to the very last of it, and I was thinking, you know what, I'm not going to be able to get another layout. I took a photo I took a photo of what I had left, and I'm like, okay, this is all scraps, I'm gonna have to make cards or something. But then I thought, you know what, maybe I can eke out one more layout. So I did this one, and I took all of those scraps and I die cut them with the spellbinders. And then these scraps are actually, it's broken behind here because I didn't have enough of this paper anymore. And then I just layered the hexagons on top of each other, and I cut some of the I still had some of the triangles, so I punched the triangles in there, or I punched the squares and then cut them into triangles to fill in those spots. And this is Vigo. He's gonna be 9 this year. He's our middle child. He's our he was always more of Mike's dog than he was mine, so you know, mine is the little service dog. So sorry, the dogs outside started barking, and then Sirius started barking. So by then I was really down to just scraps. So I made these little cards. They're super simple. I thought maybe I should like color an image and try and put it on there, but I was just really not doing very well with it. So I'm like, you know what? It's probably done. I flipped over that dark blue paper and it had this little green pattern on it, so I made those. And it looks like my camera battery is about to die, so I will show you these really quickly. With the very last of the scraps, I punched out as many shapes as I possibly could, and I made these little pre-made embellishments. So, like, they could go on small little cards and, like, emboss the background or something like that. I have, like, a little baggie that I keep. And who knows, like, the patterns might fit in the future. So, you know, I'm just keeping them around and seeing if they work. And that's it. All the scraps were gone. So, I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching, and maybe try and challenge yourself to do something similar. Okay, bye-bye. One thing that I forgot to say, and I forgot to say it in another video too, these layouts aren't going to go in the same albums, so you're not going to see the same color schemes or anything like that. Like, this is going to go in the 2009 album, this one's going to go in Gambit's album, this one is going to go in Sirius's album, and this one's going to go in Vigo's album. So they're like completely different places, so you're not going to see, oh, well, it looks like she just did all those layouts at once. Not that anybody would really say that, considering I'm the only one that looks at the albums, really. But that's kind of how I get around the whole, you know, how does it not look like you've just done an entire kit. Yeah, they're not going to be anywhere near each other, especially since all the animals, they have their own albums. So unless I do like a ton of their photos during the same time of year, like even if this was 2012 of Gambit and this one was like this one was 2015 of Gambit, they're still going to be separated by the rest of that year, because I store my albums by year and then in order. So for their albums, everything is in order of the year, and then in as many albums as many years as I can get into the one album, because they just have, I'm trying to keep it down to one, but it's not really happening because they're cute and I like taking photos of them. But yeah, as far as us humans, I have an album a year, and maybe 2 albums a year, so that it has Project Life in it too. So anyway, just in case that was a question, I thought I'd address it. Thanks.